Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to the vlog. So for today's vlog, I had an idea that maybe I would try and hit it as hard as I can. I don't know if I actually know what it feels like to swing it 100% because I feel like I have never. Maybe with the driver, definitely not with the shorter clubs. So I thought it'd be a good experiment just to see how maybe bad, maybe good that I play if I try to swing it harder. Like I said before, like I always hit softer irons. So maybe not 100%, but maybe try to get it up to like 90% today. Just, obviously instead of taking a half shot, take the full shot and just try to hit more full shots today. So let's see how that goes. My white shirt. First hole. Well, I guess it's right off the bat. You can see exactly why I would rather be hitting like a half pitching wedge on that shot, especially uneven lies, super wet in the morning. Yeah, chunkaroony. But guess it's okay.
Guess it's okay.
Great shot.
So for this approach shot, I've got 147 yards. Normally I would hit a 7, maybe even a 6 just because the conditions are really wet. But I think just because of today, I'm going to hit what actually goes the distance, which is going to be an 8 iron.
What a great putt. Yeah, joy.
So I think that normally I might have a chance of hitting to that bunker, but just because obviously I was hitting it harder, it did reach that bunker today, so you need to be a bit more cautious of hazards, especially on the left side. I mean, bunker is not a hazard, but you know what I mean. I think especially when you try to hit harder, you have a tendency to go more left, so definitely need to pay more attention to what's on the left side of the course today. I'm actually surprised that my ball actually went past the pin on that one because I had 147 uphill. I thought if anything it's going to be short, but I guess when you hit harder too, it tends to go further. Actually hit a really good 5-wood there. It just obviously drew more with hitting it harder, and because it drew more, it kicked harder left, so it went in the water hazard, but we'll try to see what we can do from here. I think already you guys can tell why I like to hit it softer. When I hit it soft, I hit it so much straighter. When I try to hit it harder, obviously I hit a bigger draw. So already I see like the shot dispersion getting wider when I try to hit it harder. And yeah, clearly that's why I'd rather hit softer shots and get it more accurate. I mean, I made a bogey, but I also hit the ball in the water, so I'm not too upset about it. If you give yourself a chance for par after hitting the water, I think you're good. So in addition to hitting it harder on this hole, I figured why not be more aggressive? If you're going to hit it hard, might as well hit it hard with a purpose. So I hit a pretty good drive, which even though it did not roll, it still left me in a good position on the fairway, and I knew that I would be able to carry the bunker in front of the green. So actually, I felt like even if I missed it, missing it towards that bunker in front of the green right would have been a perfect shot, because even if I do go there, I'm only there in 2 and I can hit bunker shots and still make a birdie. So obviously here, aiming more right and just letting my natural draw take place, I felt like the risk was not as high, because I knew that even if I hit my second shot bad and I hit it in the bunker, I still had a chance to make birdie, and if I really hit it bad and pulled it into the water, I could still chip up and down and make a par.
Chip. You could do that. Oh, Alice. Alice.
Poor Alice.
Poor Alice. I always take Alice. You blame Alice all the time. Oh.
So I think sometimes what people ask is why? Why try to be more aggressive? Why try to do something that you're not used to? And I think, why not? I mean, I think I'm a big fan of experimentation. I think you never really know. I mean, the more you experiment, the more you know your own game. And I think it's always very good to know your own game, obviously. And I don't think there's anything wrong that can go. Obviously, don't do this like at a tournament. Like by the time you have a tournament, you should know what works for you and what doesn't. But like when you are experimenting and trying different things, chances are you know what works for you and what doesn't. Like for today, I'm learning with the long clubs, driver especially, hitting harder is fine. With the woods, I will tend to hit a bit more of a draw, but with the irons, shorter ones, I definitely do not like hitting it harder. For the longer ones, actually, I think if I'm between like a 7 and a 6 iron, I should give myself the 7 iron more often, just because obviously the 7 iron is an easier club to hit than the 6 iron. And I think that in terms of hitting long clubs, I actually am fine with hitting harder when I'm hitting like a 7-6 iron. So I think that having that 1 club difference would make a difference. So yeah, I would give myself a 7 iron more often. But for the shorter clubs, I'm definitely sticking to my game plan.
All right. Oh, pin high. 8 or 7.
What I'm realizing is at least I know my distance well, because I'm hitting most of them like pin high. It's just direction wise they're a little bit more, they're spraying a little bit more, obviously because I'm hitting it harder than I'm used to. But I think that That's good as well, because obviously knowing your distance is important. Not just your carry distance, but also your total distance and how far every club goes. I also think that you need to keep things a little bit in perspective. Yes, I am hitting it a little bit more left and right. I mean, I wouldn't even say I'm hitting it right. I'm hitting everything that I'm hitting harder a little bit more left. But at the same time, it's like I am still putting for birdie. I have like a 20, less than a 30 footer. So I think that you need to realize too, when you have 160 yards to the green, I think everybody thinks, you have a 7 iron, you think like, oh my god, I'm gonna give myself birdie. It has to be a birdie chance, if not it's a bad shot. Like, by birdie I mean like 6 footer, 9 footer. But at the same time, it's like you see pros on tour hit it to this distance all the time. I mean, okay, sometimes you only see on TV the really good shots or the really bad shots, but you don't see it more than 50% of the time they actually hit it to this distance. So I think it's important to be realistic and understand that you're not always going to hit it next to the pin.
Oh, it kept on bouncing. The ball kept on bouncing. Did you reach the bunker? You carried the bunker? Oh my god.
So I missed that tee shot, and previously I would 100% be in the bunker. And if I'm in the bunker, it's definitely a layup because the bunker leap is so high here, and just being a water in front of the green. But yeah, just that little bit of distance makes such a big difference, and that's why I know a lot of people say like don't focus on distance and like not everybody hits it far, but at the same time 10 yards, big difference. So I would say, yeah, if you're already at the level that you're happy with, sure. If you're in B Park and you're already playing the way that you want to play, why would you try to gain distance? But if you're not, I don't think there's any problem with always trying to get better, trying to improve. I mean, you don't have to drink 15 protein shakes a day, but there's many other ways to do it, and I don't think there's anything wrong. You don't have to be distance obsessed, but you can always get better and get further and get longer. So like I said, I missed my tee shot a little bit right, and I said it carried the bunker, which left me with the ability to go for the green. But obviously because I missed it, it was still not in a good position, so it was behind this tree on the right side. So over here, what I'm trying to do is actually hit my 5 iron, as you can see, even though it's only 134 yards. But I'm opening my club face and basically hitting a big cut, just because I know that if I hit a 5 iron, there's no chance of it hitting the tree. Whereas if I were to hit something shorter, I would have to aim very far left, which then the bunkers come into play, or I would have to hit a pretty risky shot, because as you can see, the trees are in front of me and there's a whole bunch of water to carry. So if I were to hit the tree, it would definitely be going into the water. So this is where skill practice is important as well. So even though I missed the green, as I said, the ability to go for the green made a huge difference, because now I'm just next to the green and I know that I can rely on my short game, whereas if I were to lay up, I would obviously have a lot more difficult of a shot and a much more difficult time trying to make par. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss an episode of Golf with Jen. Thanks for watching.